I'm Brigham Larson with Brigham Larson Pianos. This piano is a 1923 Vose Sons that we've done quite a bit of restoration work on and is now in excellent condition, ready for another several decades. So it's cosmetically in excellent condition. The size of this is probably about 5 feet. In fact, I didn't measure it before this video, but it looks like about 5 feet, give or take. Done quite a bit of work on it. Like I said, of course, it's refinished in this dark walnut color, and then of course all of the metal hardware has been buffed to that high shine, that high polish. Other pieces of hardware that we've replaced, like the knobs or things like that. This of course, this decal is not original. When we refinished it, that one came off, and we put on a replica of what was there. All of the hammers are brand new. We have some high quality hammers on there, and so that makes a huge difference. The strings, the treble strings, are in excellent condition. They are original. The bass strings were beyond what I was willing to tolerate, so the bass strings are completely new. We've replaced those altogether, and they've got a really nice tone to them now. Of course, the keys are replaced. Beautiful job by Don here in the shop, and the sharps as well. Those are also brand new. The piano on the inside, not only on the plate, but and the soundboard, but also inside where the action cavity is. If you wonder what that is, it was actually coincidentally a piano right here, where the action sits, just right in here. It's actually just kind of floating in there, and so that, as you can imagine, on every piano even older than 10 years old, much less a piano like this that is what, 90 some odd years old. Of course, in there everything just gets completely covered in dust. I mean, to the point where sometimes it's so thick you can peel it up like a carpet. But all of that, needless to say, has been painstakingly cleaned and polished, and everything is as immaculate as you can possibly get something from that's 90 years old plus. Okay, and then it goes without saying, of course, we've done all of the other kind of work that goes along with the refurbishing. Of course, the whippens, there's strings on whippens from this era that break after 50 or 60 or 80 years, something like that. And when they break, the key is completely dead. When that little string breaks, it's under tension from a spring that whole time. So we've gone through, and it's very ticky-tacky, detail-oriented work. We've replaced all 88 of them on the whippens, so those are good for another 50 or 60 or 80 years before those start breaking again. But so none of us will have to worry about that in our lifetime, I think. Anything else I can tell you? Of course, full regulation. Again, that also goes without saying. Regulation is a process that we go through. It takes anywhere from a day, 2 days, sometimes even 3 days, possibly on an older piano like this, where it's a little bit further out of regulation. It needs a lot of work to bring it back into precision functioning. And so that's everything from ensuring that the distance you can press the key is correct, to the keys being level with each other and at the correct level, to the distance that the hammer is to the string, the distance that hammer comes up. It rises when you push the key. The hammer rises towards the string, and then it actually pulls away, or it flies to the string basically on its own momentum, and you lose contact with the key. And then as that hammer comes back down, you regain contact, and you can. So every one of those hits that I'm doing there, the mechanism is actually very ingenious. This is
more or less 300-year-old technology, that every time every one of those strikes, you're losing contact with the hammer, regaining, losing, regaining, losing, regaining. And so there are very, very precise distances in there that make that possible. And very precise spring strength and a number of other components that go into a grand piano. It's actually quite complex. A lot of people, when they see us working back in the shop, or they watch us restore their antique piano, they're actually surprised. I don't know if people think about it or if they've assumed that it was just a lever, kind of a teeter-totter. You hit this and the hammer goes up. But it's actually very, very complex. Okay, great piano. Let's listen to it. Great little piano. Come check it out. 1497 South State Street in Orem, or you can call the store at 801-701-0113. Finally, I'll mention, if you're buying out of state, that that's actually quite a simple process, and you can rest assured that as it's been presented here on this video is very accurate, and you can buy without worry, even if it's a sight unseen purchase, as we've done with many people out of state, and that works very well. And shipping is much more reasonable than you might expect for such a heavy and fragile object. Thanks for watching.